So today we are going to talk about how to make kids read, how to encourage them to read, okay? And well, it starts with, uh, let's start with the toddlers, okay? It starts with the phase where the kids are just not ready to read. It could be the case where they are not able to read yet, they're still small. What should one do? And I get these questions a lot. How do we encourage our children to read? How do we begin the process of reading? So I think it's a very, you have to be very patient, and it goes very slow. It won't happen with force or read, nagging. No, it has to happen uh, mostly by observing. So, ideally, do one thing, the easiest thing, you yourself start sitting with books. Okay, you are surrounded by books, it happens naturally. Second thing is, while going to bed or as soon as you get up in the morning, okay, uh, whenever it's comfortable, or during afternoon, you can read out a story to your child, either you, your partner, grandparents, whoever is there at home, or everyone, all of you can take turns and read to your children. Okay, what happens is, the kids see the adults reading for themselves, the kids see that the adults are reading out to them, and somewhere it kind of uh, tings the bell, and it goes like, okay, yeah, even I should read. It just happens naturally. They don't really think that, oh, even I have to read, reading will make me really good at my other things. No, they don't understand any of that. They will just start to enjoy it. So the minute you all or we all, okay, I'm not saying you all, sorry, I would say, so the minute we all start talking about, oh, how good is reading, oh, here are the benefits of reading, and oh, how lovely and beautiful it is to have a company of books and all those things, kids just shut their ears. And what I've realized is, it's better not to give them gyan. It's the easiest way to reach out to them is let them observe. So the easiest trick is, we have to put our gadgets away, we have to train ourselves to read. And when we read it again, so look, mama's reading, isn't whoever Chinnu going to read? So no, instead let it just happen naturally, let it happen organically. And when I say let it happen organically, what do I mean? When I say let it happen organically, it means that they will observe and they will do it, but we have to be patient. Okay, you don't have to be like, अरे अभी तक नहीं पढ़ रहा है, I've been reading so much and oh my god, I don't even like reading. And trust me, if you yourselves do not enjoy it, why do we really expect that, okay, मुझे तो पढ़ना पसंद नहीं है, I prefer listening to audiobooks, I prefer watching a movie rather than reading a book, but I will expect that my kid has to read no matter what, come what may. And then we start dumping books upon books on the kids. Let's all take it very, shanti se, aram se, and let's all say that peacefully, I'm going to sit and maybe read every day morning a newspaper or a book, and when I go to sleep I read a book. In the afternoon when I have free time, I read a book. Whenever you decide what suits you, you decide, and then accordingly see to it that your child is observing you. Okay, and you don't have to make sure, I mean, when I say that make sure that your child is observing, doesn't mean that देखो देखो मम्मी पढ़ रही है. You don't have to do that. The kids are going to watch, the kids know that you are reading, right? and then slowly, gradually, the kids will come and sit next to you and start reading. That is that. Next step. What to read, how to read. Well, I have made 4 videos, which books are available and which are good ones, and not really like good or bad ones, but what I have made is a list of books which we have read and we have personally loved reading, enjoyed reading. So I've shared those in the last 4 videos. I will share the links of those videos too in the description box. Okay, anyway, so you know that what you want to read. Secondly, do not go by someone else's choice. Even when I say that I have shared what I have read or what my son has read, it doesn't mean that you have to read those books or you have to buy those are the best ones, or don't set that as a parameter or anything. Those are just some books which we enjoyed. Maybe you all might not even like it. Maybe you all will say that, oh, my child doesn't like this. Maybe you will say, oh, I prefer something better than that. I mean, so it's a personal choice. Okay, it's a personal choice. So you cannot decide or have book choices depending on or comparing with someone else's choice. Next thing is, you have made the choice. I mean, you have decided that your children will pick up a book. Your children will choose and decide what they like to read, what they will like to read. So once that's done, you have got the books. Okay, your children chose Peppa Pig, Wimpy Kid, and whatever they have liked, or maybe they have chosen Shakespeare or Bryson, Bill Bryson, A Short History of Nearly Everything, or maybe, I don't know, I mean, anything, Lost World, Dinosaur, something, whatever they like, they have chosen. What next? How do we start reading? I have a very simple method, and what I feel is, even if we say that I don't read much, still we read. So we all know that there's something called as passive reading and active reading, right? Passive reading is something that just happens involuntarily. I mean, it just happens. I mean, I am looking somewhere, I'm looking at the TV, or I'm looking at a magazine. I'm not reading, but I'm just looking at the names, and then I say that, oh, okay, but the names just flash in front of my eyes, but I'm not reading, right? What is active reading? Active reading is reading where I take the book and I read, correct? So when we talk about active reading, then what about it? How do we go about it? So I'll just try to share a couple of simple techniques in order to start or develop your process. Now, before I tell you all how to go about it, one tiny request. This doesn't mean that you make sure that your child reads only in this manner. No, not required, not needed. Every child can have their own way of reading, their own way of how to read, their own way of developing their vocabulary, their own way of comprehending what they have read. So it all depends, it varies from child to child. Having said that, just sharing a simple technique that we follow. Again, having said that, so every sentence, it's like conditions apply. So even if I'm saying that, doesn't mean that my son necessarily reads this way. There are times when he does not want to be around anyone and he just wants to be with the book, and he will just shut himself off and he will read the way he wants. Sometimes I want him to read in a certain manner, so I might ask him, or might slowly, subtly try to put across certain points that let's try to read this way or that way or something like that. So okay, coming back to some simple techniques, right? You have the book, you start reading. So let me demonstrate instead of just explaining. I have this one random book with me. This is one of my son's favorite, Dinosaur Hunters. So he loves everything and anything to do with dinosaurs. So I'll just read a passage of text from small text from this book, and then I will explain how to go about it. Okay, so here's this text and I will read it to you now. To the left, a train steamed up, a shimmering railway track snacking into the distance. Spread out ahead, vast dusty prairies seemed to move, their seas of dried grasses swaying in the warm breeze. Tiny jewels of red, blue, and gold flowers nodded among them, while hawks circled in the distance over grazing cattle. Luana and Set stood still, awed by the landscape's wild beauty. "This isn't Deadwood," Set observed. "You don't say. I know this isn't the bustling town you expected, but I think those are the Black Hills in the distance. Maybe we could hitch a ride, find some old timers, record a few great stories." Set's voice trailed off. "Okay, Set. So what went wrong?" "Well, the thing is, Luana, I was messing around with a copy of the app. I thought we might want a change of plan, maybe land on a ranch or in the middle of Como Bluff, you know, where they dug up dinosaur fossils." So here I read the passage, the text, okay? There are two passages in this. What next? Once I'm done reading, so when I actually ask my son to read, there are times, as I mentioned, there are times when he just takes the book and he is with the book. He does not want anyone around. And I allow most of the times that to happen. But then there are times when I want to develop his comprehension skills. I want to see that we are learning something. And since we homeschool, I have to make sure that he's also learning and trying to write something, because that is a challenge for homeschoolers, for us at least. I mean, I don't know about others, but yes, for us definitely. So coming back to this, we have finished reading. In such cases, I see to it that he reads it out aloud, so I can check with his pronunciations, his diction, and how he is reading and pauses and everything. Next thing is, he has to mark each and every word which he does not understand. So the difficult words get marked. Once that is done, in a notepad or a small or maybe a post-it, he can write those words and stick it here. By firstly, he has to find out the meanings. Now find out the meanings not looking up on a gadget, but in a good dictionary. Why I still insist on a good dictionary is, and even in this times of high tech and within a fraction of a second when you get the answer, why do you search in a dictionary? A, it teaches children patience. B, when they are searching for words, they come across a lot of other words too. For example, if I'm going to search for this word bustling, I don't know what that is, then I have to I might come across a couple of other words which are before this word and after this word. This helps in improving my vocabulary. So that is one tip that I would request you all to have a good dictionary always with your children when they are reading. So that's second stage, that you find out the meanings of the difficult words and you stick it either with a post-it on the book, or write it down in a notepad. Next thing, pick a passage and ask your child to ask questions based on the passage. So here the questions should be framed in such a manner that the answers are in the text. Okay, that's how you make the questions, frame the questions. And then you come to a part where the final part, that is where you ask them questions and ask them what they have understood, and you can check that by asking them some questions. That's about it. Now the important thing here to remember is that do not do this with all the books. Otherwise what happens is, what I've noticed, that most of the kids then just stop liking the books totally. I mean, they are going to be like, okay, each and every time my mom or my dad is going to ask me 1,000 questions and gonna make me write the meanings, and it's better I don't go near the books. Let's not let that happen, right? So instead, let's just keep it to something like, okay, I have finished reading this book, and the next time you're studying for English, you might want to tell your child that get your favorite book, and your child gets the most favorite book. It could be Geronimo, trust me, but you can still do the same method even in Geronimo. You can try something more like mark the adjectives. Okay, give all different colored pens and give a color code. So tell them that adjectives should be in pink and verbs should be in green, anything, adverbs should be in blue, and just let them mark those. Maybe you could ask them, okay, you have marked all the adjectives, now tell me all the opposites. What's the opposite of XYZ, whatever. So these are some activities basically to encourage or to improve their comprehension skills. But and it really works well. So only thing is, we don't have to overdo it. Don't do it with each and every book. Don't do it with each and every page and passage. Okay, let them enjoy reading. Let it happen organically. Let them feel the most amazing thing about book, just the feel of the book, the smell of the book, I don't know, I mean, there are so many beautiful things in just flipping through the pages. Let them start to enjoy that. And once that happens, you can always introduce these comprehension and techniques. Okay, this is especially this could be helpful for older kids, especially who are now preparing for exam papers. They have to write exams and they have comprehension. So every time taking the school textbook kind of becomes boring, and you still want to continue your studies, and you're like, okay, but we need to study today, and you are bored to take out your school book. What do? You take out the most favorite book of your child and follow this simple technique. Okay, I hope this will help you and your child, and I hope you all just enjoy the world of books and reading, because I don't think there is anything more beautiful than being immersed in the world of books. But that's me. There could be some people, like I said in the beginning, there could be some people who prefer watching or listening to something rather than reading. That is also fine, okay, because every one of us is different, and let's accept that every child is different. Even the twins, there are twin brothers or twin sisters, or there's one boy and girl twins, they are different, right? And the parents say, oh, they are poles apart, they are twins but they are poles apart, and still we somewhere start comparing that, bhaiya dekho ye kar raha hai, behan, you look at your sister, she's doing this and that, and you look at your friend. Why do we have to look at others? I mean, when I am so unique, So let's celebrate our uniqueness. Let's accept our uniqueness. And that's the time we will start to give that, extra space to our children too. Like, and when I say space, I mean a simple thing like choosing books could be done by the kids. They can go, due to COVID now, I don't know if we could go to the bookshops or anything, but if you're ordering through any online shopping websites, then you could go online and open it for your child. Let the child surf through all the books and let the child decide. If you're reading through Kindle, let the child look at the books available on Kindle and let the child choose it. So let's have that freedom for them. It shouldn't be that Harry Potter is the bestseller, so yes, you must read Harry Potter. If you do not like it, I mean, you can definitely say that why not try it. They can try it, but if they don't like it, let's respect that. Like, for example, my child, he has read all the Harry Potter books. I never forced him, but he read it because he was very curious to know what happens next, and he actually ended up reading all the books. But he personally doesn't like Harry Potter at all, and that's okay, because it's not that you have to like something because it's a blockbuster, because it's a bestseller. No. So let's celebrate, let's accept our uniqueness, and let's celebrate this uniqueness. Yeah, and let's just have fun when it comes to reading, learning, anything, right? So till then, I will try to make some more videos on different homeschooling topics or education related topics. Do subscribe to my channel and keep looking out for new videos. Till then, take care. Hakuna Matata.